This is a true thing, and a lot of people don't know it, but Paul McCartney died in 1963 and was replaced, or 1968, and was replaced by another Paul McCartney. And
I know exactly what you're talking about, but do you really believe that?
Yeah, the eye color is different. Like, Paul McCartney from the early 60s had, like, bright blue eyes. Modern Paul McCartney has brown eyes. That doesn't change in your 20s, dude.
Yeah, his soul got crushed.
Yeah, well, his soul got crushed by the car that killed him in 1968, and then he was replaced by...
the album stuff and all that, like Rubber Soul, is everybody looking down on his body?
Yeah, and like he's in a coffin, yeah.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, I think he's the only one turned backwards or something.
And it actually spells out like Paul McCartney dead or something like that in the flowers. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Paul McCartney.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
No, but fuck it. Say what you want. Like, I didn't believe it either. I thought bullshit until they brought up eye color and face structure. If you look at the pictures of 1968 pre-Paul McCartney and you look at Paul McCartney after it's a different dude. There's even a picture where they found on a boat where there's like both Paul McCartneys on the boat. Fucking right there. There's Paul McCartney 1, Paul McCartney 2. Paul McCartney died in 1968 from a car crash.
I don't believe it.
And it was even like they phoned it in. There was like a 911 call where they like called in. There was a car crash. Then the Beatles did a song about it.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, how do you win that lottery where it's like, we need to replace Paul McCartney? You're a millionaire now.
You look like Paul McCartney. That's how you look like Paul McCartney, except with different eye color, and people go, it's the 60s, no one gives a shit.
No, his eyes used to be brown. I'm looking at pictures of him right now. You're full of shit.
No, dude.
I'm looking at pictures of him. These are the pictures saying, this isn't Paul McCartney. Here's an old one, and here's a new one. You look at the bone structure. Their eyes are brown.
Nah, fucking whatever, dude. You're looking at the wrong thing. If you type in Paul McCartney eye color, dude, like, see, Paul McCartney eye color change or something like that.
I'm looking at old pictures of Paul McCartney when he was a kid.
Fucking colorized.
Brown.
They've gone.
Every single one of them is brown.
Dude, Photoshop can change anything now. I'm telling you that if you took
every last photo online,
because you don't want to believe it, I get it. Okay, because it doesn't.
No, I'm looking. I'm seriously open to this argument. Not a single one of them does he have blue eyes. I think you're full of shit.
Look at differences between Paul McCartney. Like, look up something that'll highlight. There's a thing, I swear I saw it, that highlighted the differences between pre-1968 and post-1968 Paul McCartney. They are different people. Their eyes are sunken in lower. The cheekbone structure's different.
They're saying, there's a lot of pictures here where they draw lines and show facial structure and how the bone structure is different, and it can't be this guy. Not a single one of them has blue eyes, though.
Well, maybe I got that part wrong. All I know is it's different dudes. I've seen the evidence. I've seen the proof. So, I mean, it is what it is, dude.
Lizard people.
No, I mean, not lizard people. There are some things that are true, dude. And
yeah, there are some lizard people, but, that Paul McCartney's not one.
No. There's not lizard people. But Paul McCartney died in 1968 and was replaced by a new Paul McCartney.
I don't really
it's not that crazy of a thought, dude. It's not that crazy of a thought.
I want to believe it. But the thing is, like, the incredible amount of effort it takes to just plug a guy in and then hide the whole thing.
They even know his name. It's like some dude from Canada. His name is like Paul LePage or something. I swear to God, his name it's a dude from Canada. That, like, you can find his name.
Why couldn't they just be like, Paul died?
Because then the fucking Beatles are over.
No, they're not.
Yes, they're over.
I mean, why is the guy still, even after the Beatles broke up, why did he go on to form Wings? Why did he go on to do all this stuff? I mean, this is the most elaborate conspiracy theory. This is even greater than JFK.
It is not. It's not that crazy. This is guess what? They were like, oh, you look like a dude from the biggest band in the world. Do you want to be in the biggest band in the world and make millions of dollars? And someone,
I'd be like, yeah.
Exactly.
I'd be like, I can't do this anymore.
No, you wouldn't. Why would you ever want the gravy?
I wouldn't go on and continue just to be Paul McCartney.
You wouldn't want the gravy train to stop ever. That gravy train is good, man. It's like black tar heroin. It tastes so good. You can't get enough. So then when the Beatles are over, you're like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. I'm Paul McCartney by all practical purposes. I can do Wings. Why don't I just call my band Wings? And done. And I'm just going to still make music and make millions of dollars. Why would he stop? Never would he stop.
It just seems too hard to pull off for this long.
What's so hard to pull off? The other dude's dead. He doesn't exist anymore.
Dude, but the handlers and everybody that did this, they were not kids. They were older fellows managing the Beatles and like running the Beatles, the business side of it. Those guys on their deathbed, why are they taking it to? I mean, once they're dead, who gives a shit? Why would they keep the secret?
The only argument that I could possibly, and now I'm going to reverse what I just said, because as you're talking me through this, I do see one flaw with this Paul McCartney was replaced theory, which is this. There is one dude that would know this that's still alive.
Harrison knew it.
No.
On his deathbed, why didn't he say it? Ringo would know it.
That's what I was going to say.
And he's got no money.
There's a problem. There's a Ringo problem here. Because fucking Ringo doesn't have a dollar to his name right now. And so he might.
He could easily write a book saying, yeah, Paul McCartney's dead.
But wait.
And make millions.
Hold on.
You can't write a book and go, oh, well, Paul McCartney's still alive, so.
Hold on.
My book.
There's a flip side to that, though. And here's the other flip side. This could be Ringo has no credibility. So maybe Ringo couldn't write a book. Because no one believes Ringo anyway. Because he's just like no one even believes Ringo was the real like Paul McCartney. Like, the truth be told, Paul McCartney
played the drums.
Played the fucking drums. So the Paul McCartney replacement was also the drummer.
No, I can't do that. I still like to believe that one day Ringo showed up and was like, I wrote the song.
You can hear.
Yeah, Ringo, what's you write? It's called Octopus's Garden. Oh, yeah, really? How's it go? It sounds like every other song, but it's about an octopus.
I swear to God, Ringo, Paul McCartney drummed on every track. Like Ringo is, when you watch Ringo drum live, it's kind of like watching like a seventh grader who is kind of figuring out the instrument. Like Ringo just knows how to go dun 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 dun. And Paul McCartney was doing all the riffs and stuff. So dead Paul McCartney was also the real drummer, and so that's why. Like Ringo has no credibility, so Ringo couldn't write a book because no one would believe it because he did that movie Caveman and he was a shitty drummer and everybody knows it. So at first you had me because I was going to say Ringo throws a kink in it, but now I go back on that and I say Ringo doesn't throw a kink on it because no one believes shit Ringo says. Like, who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe Ringo or are you going to believe Paul McCartney? And I know who I'm going to believe.
Not real Paul McCartney. You're going to believe dead Paul McCartney.
Yes, I'm going to believe dead Paul McCartney over Ringo. Hell yes. Even though I know that.
More snow would make it look real.
Okay, so Paul Blizzard.
I'm trying to find a recent thing of Ringo drumming.
Oh yeah, it's awful. I wonder if you can find it by himself. Because usually when I see it, I always see him on one drum set, and then.
I want to play with a band that has horns. That has
This is Ringo on Conan, and this reveals the secret of his distinctive drumming.
You can have one of them.
I think Ringo is not the same Ringo. They killed off Ringo. Ringo was murdered and replaced with this guy.
I don't want to get overly.
What is David Letterman's band leader?
Paul Schaefer?
Paul Schaefer with a beard.
That's
is Ringo Starr.
And yet, I always know when it's you. You have the most distinctive
All right, let's see.
sound and rhythm.
Conan's sucking ass right now. Ringo, you have the most distinctive drum sound of anyone.
Interview once where you said,
Well, now I want to hear him drum. I hope they get to it.
I want his answer.
No, I was born left-handed, right, and my grandmother thought that was not a good sign.
So he was born left-handed. His grandmother beat the left hand out of him.
Hold on one second. Pause it for a second.
Anything else I do left-handed?
Wouldn't it be crazy? So who's talking to him right? Is it Conan interviewing him?
Yeah, Conan's interviewing Ringo, and he said, "You have the most distinctive drum style," and it kind of brought up this conversation. And so far, Ringo has replied, "I was born left-handed.
How crazy
But my
would
grandmother thought that was weird, so she beat the left hand out of me. Now I write right-handed."
How crazy would it be if Conan was like, "So what do you think of Paul McCartney?" And Ringo's like, "Well, he's fucking dead, man. What do I don't know.
He's been dead for years.
I don't even play the fucking drums. It was fucking fake Paul McCartney playing the drums, man." So anyway, you can go back to Ringo. I was just...
So I have a right-handed kit that I lead with my left.
That's tricky. He plays a right-handed kit, but his
He
dominant
doesn't
is
play
left.
the drums, though. He doesn't play the drums.
Let's see. I'm going to fast forward. Let's see. He doesn't get on the drum kit.
Animal from the Muppets was a better drummer than Ringo Starr.
That was also Paul McCartney. Let's see. Ringo Starr in his All-Star Band Live, Greek Theater 2014. So this should be him playing some drums.
Please.
Christmas, you let me fit tomorrow's breakfast with the Beatles with a Ringo request.
Let's see.
It's never going to get to it. It's
Nope. This isn't even Ringo playing drums.
It's never going to get to it. This is the truth.
Oh, there he is. Yep. There's another drummer with him.
I told you, there's always a second drummer. Always a second drummer. You could scour the internet, and you'll never find a video of Ringo drumming by himself.
I think he's playing a song of Wings.
He's not even doing a Ringo song. He's doing a Wings song. Live and let die.
I think that's the song they're playing.
Yeah.
I mean, he is playing drums. I know enough about drumming. I can watch his hands.
No, but
You
it's
can tell
like...
when somebody's faking versus playing.
No, I know that he is playing the drums, but I'm saying that his mics are all off, and the other drummer's drum mics are all on.
Oh, he's singing. He's got a singing part here. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this loud enough.
Yeah.
It's called Boy.
He's going to play a song called Boys. Nope.
Yeah. It's not happening, dude.
Nope. He's not really the singer. He's not really. He is a Muppet.
He has a Muppet.
Somebody has their hand up Ringo's ass and they're making him move.
Ringo Starr. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do this. Paul McCartney's dead and replaced by another fake Paul McCartney. Ringo Starr was never alive. Ringo Starr
always been
was a puppet from the beginning. And he's just been like, hey, we need a fourth guy in the band. I don't know what we're going to do. Well, we could get Pete Best. And John Lennon was like, oh, we don't want Pete Best. Pete Best is an asshole. And dead Paul McCartney was like, well, why don't we just get a Muppet? Okay, let's put a Muppet in the band. Done. And that was fucking Ringo Starr. Who's going to play the drums in this track? Fake Paul McCartney, you play the drums. And then when we perform live, we'll put the Muppet up. It'll be great.